fellow logistics practitioner, have you asked yourself the question of, am I strategic in managing my logistics operations? What are the characteristics of a strategic logistics manager? This video will help logistics manager as well as beginners, since the discussion is practical and focused on logistics. First, let me tell you that logistics is a part of supply chain management that plans, implements, and control the efficient and effective flow of goods forward and backward, or the so-called reverse. It includes transportation, the effective management of the storage, and services related information between the point of origin and point of consumption to meet customers' need. Logistics manager should learn to develop and improve the focal points of logistics management. The focal points of logistics management, there are only 3. Productivity in the operations, accuracy of the inventory, as well accuracy in delivery system, and accuracy in product specification. And last is knowing the individual complaints of customers and how to resolve them. Don't consider them as generic. Each customer has their own specific requirements as well. They have specific complaints, and that requires specific solution. Logistics manager, you should know the best practices to achieve lean logistics, which leads to superior customer service. What are the best practices in logistics that we know? First, the lesser the number of distribution centers, the better. Reducing the number of distribution channel is one of the best practices, while reducing it without affecting customer service. It's not profitable, it's not practical to maintain a lot of distribution centers in one region. We have to maintain few, but located in strategic location. And one of the best action that logistics manager can do is to fine-tune logistic strategy, since continuous improvement is a trend. We have to fine-tune logistics strategy, and this strategy should be evaluated regularly in order to know if it is successful or if it is to be improved. Logistics manager should develop a strategy that will add value to customers' requirements. Strategy in terms of agility. Logistics operations should be agile in order to be flexible or to adjust in any circumstances. Especially right now, we are affected by the pandemic, where all shipments, all businesses are affected globally. How can we maintain agility in order to comply with the requirements of our customers? Though it's hard, but still we have to be a beneficiary of agility. Logistics manager should assess and diagnose all logistics functions. This includes inbound, outbound, and storage management. Assess logistics functions in the receiving, reverse flow of goods, as well for outbound shipments. How many people should we maintain? And a part of it is to improve productivity in the operations by multitasking, not only streamlining or reducing the number of manpower, but rather training the people to be multi-skilled from receiving up to outbound shipments. Logistics management should learn to assess the right number of distribution centers they should have in one region. Having few but effectively serving the needs of the customer is needed. What are the strategic locations where we can assess the biggest consuming sectors? So there are some places wherein we have to shut down our logistics or distribution center because it's not gaining sales, it's only a cost. So we can consolidate locations in one region, in one area, and to serve better the majority of our customers. So check, are the distribution centers located in a strategic area where it can serve the majority of our customers? Next is, logistics manager should continue to evaluate its success and analyze customers' complaints individually and solve it with a specific solution. Consider the complaints as specific, individual, and not generic. Evaluating the success as well, measuring and monitoring its success by using the KPI or the key performance indicator. The key performance indicator for its function, receiving. What are the possible key performance indicators for receiving? Outbound shipments, what are the possible key performance indicators for outbound shipments? Additional to logistics questions for logistics manager is, what is the acceptable lead time for outbound shipments in one area or region or district? What is the acceptable lead time? The acceptable lead time, of course, we should reduce the delayed delivery. We should be beyond the standard of our competitors. We should go beyond. We should be quick response to our customers, or we can deliver in a shorter lead time versus competitor. And a question may arise to asking the logistics manager, you as a logistics manager, do you have effective way in handling expedited shipping as requested by customers differently than slower moving shipments? So how do you handle shipments in an emergency requirements by customers? There are, customers' requirements are changing. The demands are increasing and changing. So how do we handle those change in demands and requirements? How do we handle emergency requirements of customers in terms of order taking, order picking up to order delivery? How soon can we respond to the changing requirements of customers? And of course, in addition to this, we have to analyze the specific requirements of each customer and resolve them individually one by one. Don't be immune of customers' complaints. So be sensitive to customers' requirements. Be sensitive to their needs, be sensitive to their complaints, and provide a specific and workable solution for every problems. If we have 10 complaints per week, how many are being resolved and what are those? In ranking those complaints, how did we resolve it? So, we have the so-called brainstorming session with our group, or we have the so-called quality circle among logistics personnel, including warehouse personnel, asking them what are the common complaints why some customers back out. So number one is delayed delivery and not responding immediately to the requirements of our customers. So be sensitive to customer requirements and be sensitive to provide accurate and specific solution for each customers. It is your job to reduce and to resolve the number of complaints per week, per month, per year in order to maintain key accounts and gain more customers. Another strategy that you have to consider is the rising demands for 3PL or third-party service provider. Do we need, or logistics manager, can you decide, does your organization need a third-party service provider or not? A third-party service provider is an external. What are the benefits when it comes to cost, when it comes to customer service? What are the benefits and what are the disadvantages of 3PL or third-party logistics by joining them in our strategic plan? Identify what are the needed improvements for distribution network. Our objective is serving the customer's requirements at reduced cost, not reduced quality of service, but reduced cost in terms of operation. What are the needed improvement for distribution network? Reduce the number of distribution center. Reduce the number of distribution centers without reducing the quality of customer service. Improve your distribution network and learn to practice. We're not only going for logistics and outbound shipments. Still, we have to go with supplier evaluation system. Our service is affected by inbound, and this belongs to purchasing and supplier. So there should be a good and harmonious buyer-supplier relationship in order to negotiate for on-time delivery at low cost. The price of the items that we purchase, including raw materials, will affect our product cost as well. It affects our delivery system. The performance of the supplier affects the performance of our delivery system. So, still we have to go with the acronym of SPEAR, Supplier Performance and Evaluation System. Learn to evaluate the performance of your systems as well. All those stakeholders who are engaged in our operation, and that includes the 3PL and our employees, internal and external stakeholders. Our employees should have an individual key performance indicators if they are a contributor to the operation or a liability. So guys, this is only a part 1 and we have to discuss more next meeting. Thank you very much for watching. Please share and subscribe. I know this will help the business sectors, private and public. Thank you. This is from Friday. See you next meeting.